Hey guys, Jan here, codingwithjan.com. So last week I burned over $350 worth of tokens in just a single hour because I was spawning 16 sub-agents on Fable 5 to work on multiple projects in parallel, so a small agent swarm. And although the jobs came back nearly perfect, it was still a bit of a waste because I could have gotten the same results much cheaper. And I'm about to show you these 3 fixes that will make your tokens go like 10 times further. And yeah, if you're serious about automating parts of your work or leveraging AI in your developer career, links in the description. And now let's have a look. All right, so then number 1 is understanding effort levels and the returns you get. So a good graph to look at is the deepSWE benchmark, which is basically a bunch of software engineering tasks that a model has to complete, and they rank them for quality and costs. So the higher we go in this graph, the better the quality, and the further we go to the right, the cheaper the output. And now we can compare the 3 models, let's say the one from Anthropic, Claude Sonnet, Opus, and Claude Fable. And this is really interesting because it already shows you 2 things. Number 1, Fable 5 on lowest effort already performs better than Claude Opus 4.8 on the default high effort. In fact, it's actually as good or even slightly above Opus 4.8 on maximum effort. However, it's much cheaper. So you can see that right here, the average cost per task is like $3. You can see this on the x-axis. And if we run Opus 4.8 on maximum effort, the average cost per task is already $13. So even running Fable 5 on lowest effort gives you better results than Opus 4.8, and it's cheaper as well. Beyond that, you can also see that increasing the effort levels on Fable 5 has diminishing returns. It's almost a flat line, so there's no change in quality, but it still gets crazy expensive. So yeah, obviously don't do that. So the first takeaway here is to switch to an appropriate model. You can just do that by /switch model right here, and then select Opus, Fable, or Sonnet, depending on the task. We will talk more about that in 1 second. And then also switching the effort levels by typing /effort, and then you can just set it to whatever you feel makes sense in this case. Cool, now with that in mind, the second fix is splitting work by qualifications. And this sounds obvious because in the real world, we do this all the time. But when I had my 16 agents running, I had them all on Fable 5, the top model. So this is kind of like hiring 16 star architects and have them plan the building, but then also mix the concrete, haul the bricks, and lay all the floors themselves. And they're still on their architect hourly rate. So you can imagine how fast the bill explodes. So the takeaway here is that planning and building are 2 completely different jobs. For planning, you want the high effort, intense thinking model to plan everything out, to map out the steps, to ask the right questions, to come up with the right infrastructure. But then for building, you want models that can execute quickly and are not as expensive. And if you want the extra level of quality assurance, you can also have the high intense thinking model review everything in the end. And that is exactly what I should have done with my 16 agents. But instead, I had 16 architects plan everything, but then also pick up the shovels. Now, systemizing and templatizing your work also falls into this category because you can have a high effort model build some cool templates and reusable snippets. For example, if you use AI to send quotes to your clients. I would much rather have a cool template that just needs to be filled in instead of rewriting the whole document all the time. Or if you build multi-step workflows like automated audits, a smart model can probably prepare some reusable snippets and also other templates that can then be reused by cheaper models. Or if you find yourself repeatedly using an MCP server for something that could be mapped onto an API script, you can rather build out the API script and then reuse that all the time. I've been talking about MCPs versus CLIs versus APIs in one of my last videos. I will link that. But point being, the more you can systemize, the better. And then the last type of fix falls into the category of context optimization and general token usage. And there's actually a bunch you can do here. But yeah, one of the first things you need to understand is the longer a conversation goes, the more you pay for each message, because you always send a full recap of the entire conversation with it. So imagine you would be texting a friend, like what they do on the weekend and how they're doing. It's kind of like sending each message, but then also a recap of your entire chat. So as you can imagine, this keeps stacking and stacking. And that also means the first message you send in a session is usually cheaper than the 30th. So the takeaway here is that it sometimes makes sense to just start a fresh session, especially if you're switching topics completely, if it's completely unrelated to what you've been doing before. And of course, all the AI models do their best to like compress the context and compress the session to their best abilities. But if you have something fresh, just start a fresh session, or you can just manually compress the current context by writing /compact, and you can even tell it to pay attention to a certain area. So you could say something like focus on the recent CSS changes, and then it would make sure to preserve all the details of that area. There are also certain tools and packages that claim to help you reduce token usage, Headroom being one example here. So they state they have smart caching, compression algorithms, and cherry picking data and whatnot. But personally, I haven't tested these tools yet. So if someone has experience, you can type it down below. But the risk I see is that it compresses things or leaves out certain part of the context, which maybe degrades your agent behavior, also in ways that might be hard to debug. So yeah, so far I have been hesitant to try these, but if anyone has experience, let me know in the comments. Cool, and that's all I have for today. I won't make this longer than needed, so keep an eye on effort levels, really important. Templatize what you can, keep an eye on context, and maybe start a fresh session every now and then. And then most important, use the right model depending on what qualifications are needed for the task at hand. I'm going to save you a bunch of tokens, and if you have further tips or questions, share them down below. And if you are serious about leveraging AI in your developer career, let's work together. I cannot recommend it enough, and I would love to. So yeah, that's all I have. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.